A few years ago, I purchased a door draft blocker from Amazon and I decided to make my own. So come with me and I will show you how I did that. I actually used this lovely piece of fabric because of course it's indoor, and I filled it with scrapped fabric that I had left over from my projects. Hi, welcome back to the channel. I am Jennifer. Hope you guys are all doing well. So I have an item that I wanted to share with you. I bought this item from Amazon some years ago, but when I got the item, I saw that it was an easy make. It is a door draft stopper that, like different names for it. It can be also a weather strip type thing. But what I am making and the fabric that I am using is more describing a door draft blocker. So you can put it under the door to block the draft from coming under the door into a room, or to block out light, if there's light on. Let's say you want to be private and you don't want anyone to know if you're in the room or not, anyone comes in the home or is visiting or something like that. I think this is just a good little way of keeping that privacy, or giving you that privacy, by putting that door blocker under the door. And so it's used for so many reasons. I'm seeing them, like they're using it for, like I said, blocking out lights, or blocking out draft, or on the front door or back door it would be, kind of like a weatherproof type thing, depending on what it is filled with, if it's plastic or whatever the case is, waterproof material or something like that. So, like I said, when I got the one that I ordered from Amazon, and this was some years ago, I saw that I could actually duplicate the item with what I have in my home. So I have some fabric, and what I'm going to be filling mine with is scrapped fabric. So I do have a lot of scrapped fabric left over from projects, and I will show you my version of this door draft blocker. So I have many different fabric that I could use, but I love this color. It is sort of vintage looking, or Victorian looking, something like that. So I'm gonna use this color. I'm like, why not? Because this is gonna be for my indoor use, and so I wanted a little bit colorful, playful, if you want to use that term. And so what I did first was to measure the width of my door. So let's say this is my door, I just measured this way, and what I got was a 32. So my fabric that I'm using right now is a 34, which is okay because I am going to need seam allowance, which is not going to be a lot, but I just wanted to use all of this fabric here. All right, so this is my width of the door, with about a 10. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this. All right, and I'm not gonna cut it in half here. What I'm gonna do is just turn this over, and this is such a simple project, but you call this a DIY, do it yourself, and I just think it's so cool. All right, and like I said, I'm gonna be filling this with scrapped fabric that I have left over from projects. So right now my sewing machine is strung with yellow or gold thread, and won't make much of a difference what color thread I use because no one is gonna really see it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and sew this side here together. My next move is gonna be to close up this one side of the door stopper, and then I'm gonna turn it on the outside or inside out. I'm gonna push the corners out here. Okay, so that's what it's looking like right now. So what I'm gonna do is eyeball. I'm gonna eyeball this and make a center stitch from here coming down to here. So I'm not really measuring this. You can if you want to. I'd say, like, you know, if you do it this way, say this is 10, so your center stitch would be a little over 10, so your center stitch would be, yeah, kind of have it in the right spot. So you could do something like that. All right, so here I have made my center stitch, and now what I'm gonna do is to fill this with my scrap fabric. I've got a big basket here filled with scrap fabric, and so I'm gonna just go through and fill this up here on the inside between these two openings. And you can just decide what you want to fill this with. You can fill it with paper, plastic. Now this is a piece of fabric that I got from a project that I did, and it looks a little dingy, so I'm going to use this here because I don't think I would use it for anything else really. And so when you're stuffing it, you're going all the way down. And filling this part here. We want to fill this to the point where it's too tight. We want to, you know, leave some room to where the thickness of the door will go here, because this is going to be, you know, sliding under the door. So we need room to where it will just go under easily. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stack this with fabric and I'll be back. All right, so I have finished stuffing with my scrap fabric, and this is just a really nice way to use up some scrap fabric. And even if you want to you know, use any of this, you know exactly where it is, so you can reopen it and get some fabric, you know. I'm just kidding. But anyway, let's go ahead and close this up. All right, so I have my opening here. What I'm going to do is to turn this in and then just close this up. right, so here is the finished product. I'm gonna go ahead and install it and show you what that looks like. All right, so here is the door, and this is the gap under the door. See, my fingers can go under there. And so I'm going to install it from this end. And so I'm centering this here. And that's what it looks like. I think that is just lovely. And so I have one here, and I have another one at that door there.